Hello, yogis. Thank you for jumping onto my channel at Justine Ray. I'm so happy that you are here with me today. Whether you are a new follower or new to the channel, welcome. I'm really happy you decided to land here, or you are a frequent flyer. Thank you for the support and for landing on your mats with me once again. Today we are going to be doing a nice yin practice. We're going to be here for hopefully the full 60 minutes if Aspen decides to nap the full nap. I've already recorded this class like 10 minutes in and she woke up. So fingers crossed that she naps the whole time this time. So it's going to be a really great class. I'm excited to add this one to the channel. It will be the first yin one, so that's exciting. Usually in a yin class, we do have props with us just because the postures are held a little bit longer than a regular class. So the props do tend to help get nice and comfortable in those longer holds. So if you have the typical yoga props like a bolster or blocks, please grab those. But if you don't, no worries. You can still do the class with no props. But if you do have some throw pillows from the bed or the couch or a blanket, you can bring that into your practice just to add a little bit more comfort in some of the postures. So I think with all that being said, we're just going to dive right into the practice, starting with our meditation. As always, I will drop in the description below when our meditation ends, when we begin the warm-up or jump into the postures. And then I will also put when we go into Savasana, as I know some of you like to not do those portions with me and on your own, or just not do them at all. However, I always suggest doing the full practice, meditation and Savasana included. So we are going to start with the meditation now, getting comfortable however that looks for you, whether it's laying down on the back or on the belly or on either side or in a seated position or whatever that looks, getting some pillows and blankets. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Resting your hands into your lap. And starting to close down the eyes. Feeling the shoulders drop down onto the back. Maybe allowing those exhales to become audible. Really feeling that sense of letting go. Letting go of tension. Letting go of stress. Letting go of fear. Letting go any struggle. Allowing the natural cadence of your breath just to fall over the body. Finding the stillness. Trying to invite as much stillness from the body into the mind as you can. And as the thoughts creep in, the to-do list, the what ifs, the should-haves, could-haves, instead of thinking you're doing meditation wrong or you're failing, acknowledge that these thoughts are normal. We all have them. Using the inhale to acknowledge the thought, and the exhale to send it away, and come back to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. If it feels appropriate for you to set an intention, to say a prayer, a gesture, or maybe a mantra to yourself, coming into the space to do so. Leaving your hands where they feel comfortable, or bringing your palms together at heart center for Anjali Mudra. Releasing those hands when you feel ready, coming back into the lap. And slowly starting to wake up the body with small movements, the fingers and the toes. Okay, so we are doing the yin practice as I did already mention. So we are going to actually start in a laying position onto our backs. We're going to come into a position called banana asana. We are simply shaping ourselves like bananas. So I want you all to come onto your backs. I'm going to just come into a standing posture just to show you what this looks like laying down, because it might be a little bit easier to explain. So as you're laying on your back, I want you to bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet flat onto your mat. So the knees are pointing up to the ceiling and the feet are flat. Push into the feet, lifting the hips up, and bring the hips over to that right edge of your mat. So the right hip is coming to that right edge of your mat. From there, lay your legs out nice and long. And then I want you to bring your heels to the bottom left corner of your mat. Okay? And when you feel ready, reach your arms up above your head and bring the hands over to the top left. So you're simply shaping yourself like a banana laying down. So this is what you should look like laying down. Okay? So again, if you want to follow with me as I get into the posture, pushing into the feet, the hips are lifting. That right hip comes over to the right edge of the mat. Resting down, both glutes are connected. And then the heels are going over to the bottom left, reaching those arms up above your head. And then they're coming over to the top left. Take a great big inhale and a nice big exhale. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can bring your right ankle and cross it over your left ankle. Nice big exhale to settle yourself down into the posture. In Yin, we like to focus on three things: stillness, depth, and time. We find the depth of the posture, that we are at our threshold, that point where you feel everything that's happening. You know the work is happening. You're working through that ick. but it's never painful. There's no strain. You can continue to take the full inhale and exhale. So finding that threshold and then finding stillness there. Stillness in the body and stillness in the mind. And lastly, time. That part is my job, making sure that we hold the postures for the allotted amount of time on each side of the body to really work into the body, deep tissues, muscles. Take a great big inhale. And as you exhale, come on back into center. So we go back in the same way we went into the posture. So arms come first, unwinding the legs, bringing those back to center, connecting the feet, lifting up the hips, coming back to center, and then hugging the knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side. And then we're going to enter that on the other side when you feel ready. Take as much time in between postures as you need. As we are holding them a little bit longer, you may need some more time in the postures. So I'm going to turn sideways just so you have a little bit of a better view here. All right, so we're going to plant the feet. Knees are pointing up. Push into those feet, lifting up the hips. The left hip is coming over to that left edge of your mat, setting down the glutes. Reaching out the legs nice and long. Then the heels are coming to the bottom right corner. Arms go above the head if it feels okay. And then the arms going to the top right corner. Again, if you want to take this one deeper, we can bring the left foot and cross it over that right ankle. Great big inhale and a great big exhale. Settling into the posture. Find the stillness. Let's take 10 more big breaths. Taking a great big inhale. And on your next exhale, bring yourself back in. So unwinding those legs. If the left ankle crossed over, the arms coming back to center. Then the feet. And placing the feet down onto the floor. Pushing into the feet, lifting up those hips. And then bringing the knees into center, hugging them in. Rocking side to side. Okay, so we're going to do one more posture laying down. So we are going to have the feet planted, knees up, just like we did before. This time I want you to bring your right leg straight out, okay? Then bend the knee so the right knee is pointing over to the side, putting the right ankle on top of that left knee. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the sole of that right foot over to the left. So we're dropping the leg over. So we're twisting from the hips here. So the sole of the right foot is dropping over to that left edge. Okay. So from here, you can stay just like you are, or you can bring the arms out in a T position and then turn the head over towards the right side. Now, if this is too much for you, you can place a blanket folded up or a pillow underneath the sole of the right foot to create less distance to the mat or the floor. And of course, your head does not have to be turned over to the right. It can be facing straight up to the ceiling. Big exhale, allowing that blanket of stillness to fall over the body. Closing down the eyes if that feels good for you. We have about 10 more breaths here, staying with the breath. Okay, taking a great big inhale and a great big exhale. With your next inhale, I want you to bring that leg back to center, connecting the left foot down. Okay, just keeping the right leg still on top of that left leg. We're now going to hug the legs into the chest, folded this way. So we're coming in for a laying figure four. Now, this might be too much for you, and it might be enough just keeping the legs where we started here, and maybe bringing the hand to gently guide that right leg open. But if it is in your interest to lift up the legs today, you can reach the hands through, reaching for the shin, but that might be too much. So then you can switch it to the thigh if that feels a little bit better. And then using this right elbow to keep the right knee out. Okay, so just choosing what feels good for you. Letting it be, breathing it out. How easy is it for people, for ourselves, to become trapped in our conceptual prisons? The human mind, in its desire to know, to understand, and to control, often mistakes its opinions and viewpoints for the truth. Our mind says, "This is how it is." You have to be larger than thought to realize however you interpret your life or someone else's life or someone else's behavior, however you judge any situation, it is no more than a viewpoint, one of many possible perspectives. It is no more than a bundle of thoughts. But reality is one unified whole, in which all things are interwoven and nothing exists in and by itself. All right, when you're ready, releasing the legs back down, connecting that left foot, unwind the legs, and then hugging them in towards the chest, and maybe rocking side to side if that feels good for you. Okay, planting those feet back down. We're going to do that on the other side of the body. So this time the left leg is going to go straight. The left ankle is going to land on top of that right thigh. Great, big inhale. And as you exhale, we're dropping the feet over, or the legs, sorry, over to the right side. This time the left sole of the foot is landing down. The arms are coming out in a T position, if that feels okay. Looking up to the ceiling, or maybe looking over towards the left if that feels good for you. Great big exhale. Being larger than thought, focus on the breath. Ten more big breaths. On your next inhale, bring yourself back to center. Keeping the legs how they are, bringing them up if that feels good. Maybe hugging them in with the arms. Great big inhale. And exhale, settling into the new posture. Big breaths. Five more breaths. Your next exhale, releasing the legs back down and unwinding them. Maybe just washing them from side to side if that feels good. Maybe hugging one knee to the chest and laying the other one out nice and long. And then switching. Making your way to a seated position. Okay, we are going to come in for a forward butterfly. So we are going to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees are pointing out towards the side. You can use blocks, pillows, blankets, and put them under the knees for additional support if you would like. If you don't want to use anything, that's a-okay. You can also use a bolster or a pillow to lean, watch my mic, to lean into if that feels good. Okay, so when you're ready, great big inhale. We keep a long spine to go into the posture, and then we'll invite some more space once we find that threshold. So walking yourself forward, finding that threshold. It's always a fine line. And once you've found it, take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, tucking the chin towards the chest, letting the spine round, and finding a little bit more space in the body maybe. Exhale to settle into the posture. When you're ready, using your inhale to walk you back up to center, take it nice and slow, bringing the hands behind you, bring those knees together, and just windshield wipe the legs back and forth. Okay, we are going to come into, well, technically 3 more postures, and then we're going to hit up Shavasana. I do see the baby is waking up, so I'm on a limited time frame. So it's going to be around 45 minutes to 50 minutes. I hope that's okay. So the next posture we're going to come into is square. Or shoelace. I'm going to leave it open because sometimes square is a little bit too tricky for people, and that's okay. It's a hard one to get into. So we're going to be seated. If you are coming into square, you're going to have the right leg laid out in front of you, almost at a 90-degree angle. And then from there, you're going to bring the left leg over top. So you have the left knee on top of the right ankle and the left ankle on top of the right knee. Okay, if that's too much for you, you can bend the right knee. Bend the right knee over top of the left leg. Okay, and this is going to be half shoelace. You can come forward from there if that feels a little bit better for you. Okay, so you rather have the right leg on the bottom for square or the left leg long and the right leg folded over top for half shoelace. From there, tense your fingertips out in front of you in either position. Walk yourself forward, find that space. Great big inhale, followed by a nice big exhale. Surrendering in. Be still. Close your eyes. Bring all of your awareness to your breath. Connect with your inner world. Listen to your heart. Feel the light in your soul. Accept the truth. Forgive and love yourself. Fill your mind with gratitude. You're ready, walking yourself back up with that inhale, unwinding the legs, giving them that nice shoelace, not a shoelace, sorry, giving them that nice windshield wiper back and forth. Okay, so now we are going to enter into that same posture on the other side of the body. So if you took the half shoelace, keeping the right leg straight, left leg over top. If you took the square as I did, you're going to bring your left leg out in front of you at that 90-degree angle, bringing the right leg on top this time. So right knee on top of the left ankle and the right ankle on top of the left knee, okay? In either of those positions, tenting the fingertips, and we will walk ourselves forward and down. Find your threshold. Find your stillness. And 10 more nice big breaths. On your next inhale, walking yourself back up, bringing the hands behind you, unwinding the legs and washing them back and forth. Okay, our last posture before Shavasana. We're going to come in for a child's pose. So roll over those ankles. Bring the big toe mounds together, the knees as wide as the mat or as close together as touching. And then walking yourself forward and down, connecting the forehead. You can use props wherever feels good here. You can use them out in front of you. You can use them out under the arms. Whatever feels good. And then from there, you have lots of options with the shoulders. You can have the palms facing down. You can externally rotate the palms so they're facing upward. Or you can bring the hands back towards the feet. Wherever you've decided to land in your child's pose, take a great big inhale. And the best exhale you've done of practice as of yet. Feel the body, feel the breath. Enjoy the stillness. Simply just letting yourself be. Maybe it's a gentle reminder to yourself of your intention or your mantra. Or just really feeling the earth receive you and you receive the earth. That connection. That you are one. Taking 12 more deep breaths here. Inviting just a little bit more stillness if you can. you took any hand variation, bringing your hands back to center to have the palms down to the ground. And with your next inhale, bringing yourself back up. We're going to find our way into Savasana, however that looks for you. So onto your back is usually how we do it, but you can do any posture that really feels good to close out your practice. And as we have with all the postures, using any props that you would like to make yourself nice and comfortable. So hugging the knees in towards the chest, maybe rocking side to side. You can find a happy baby if that feels good. Or just finding any closing posture that might feel right for your practice today. And then when you're ready, laying your legs out long, arms out to the side, palms up to receive energy, palms down for grounding, or maybe one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Finding the most stillness you have all practice here for these last few minutes. Really settling into that Shavasana. I will bring the energy back into the space when the time is ready. Until then, close down your eyes. Relax. Making this promise to yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person that you meet. To make your friends feel like that there is something special in them. To look at the sunny side of everything. To make your optimism truly come true. To think of only the best. To only expect the best of yourself. To be just as enthusiastic about the successes of others as you are of your own. To forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. To wear a cheerful countenance always and give every living creature you meet a smile. To give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. Promise to yourself to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. Slowly starting to wake up the body. Small movements of the fingers and the toes. Maybe rolling of the wrists and the ankles. Maybe reaching your arms up above your head and your feet out nice and long. From there, hugging the knees in towards the chest. And then, of course, choosing to roll to the right or the left hand side of your room. Your left representing energy and your right representing relaxation. Yogi's choice. As always, taking this as a chance to reset, restart, renew. Take everything you learned from yourself in your practice today and bring that out into the world. When you're ready, I will meet you into a seated position to close our practice. Trying to keep your eyes closed if you can, and having the hands where they feel the most comfortable. Maybe bringing the palms together at heart center for Anjali Mudra. We'll take one big cycle of breath to close the practice together. Deep inhale through the nose. Nice big exhale through the mouth. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you walk gently through this world and know its beauty all the days of your life. With all of my light and all of my love, and always humbly in your service. Namaste. Thank you all for landing in the space with me again today. I hope you enjoyed the yin practice. I'm sorry I did have to cut it about 10 minutes short because Aspen is definitely up now. So I'm going to go grab her. But thank you for joining me. Please like and share my channel. That is how I get more followers. And please, please, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. This is all free, so sharing it is how I can get it out there the best. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, and I'll be back next week with a new class. Shoot me a comment below to let me know what kind of classes you're looking for, and I am happy to do that. So again, we'll talk soon, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whether that's morning, afternoon, or evening, and we'll see you soon.